Oh, we're here with Martin. Hello.
Hey!
We're here.
We're here, but should we have come?
Well, the trouble is we've come anyway, haven't we? Which is usually what happens. How are we?
We're here to have good conversation and get words down, and we're all out of good conversation.
It didn't last very long, did it? Oh, dearie me. Well, it's a Saturday afternoon in November. It's cold outside. I don't want to go outside and do anything, so I thought let's do some pop-up sprints. And we're in round things today. Imagine that. I quite like being in a round thing.
Whoa!
It's like being in a zorb. Thing is, if you do this thing, hold on.
Do the thing.
If I do this thing, they kind of don't really fit. If you do the headlines and the we could do rounded corners. Hold on. We could do that. Oh, I like the yellow ones. Red.
This was the sort of thing you could have done before we started.
It really was, wasn't it? But we just decided not to. Let's go for the yellow ones today. I like the yellow. Actually, we don't need Martin. We have got some friends in the chat already, which is always fun. The idea being that we will eventually. Oh, there we go. I don't like that. I shouldn't really be playing with this now, should I? Oh, there we are. We're back in bubbles. How's that? Ooh, moving all over the place. Right, I'm going to stop playing with this. We are here to. So, how's your writing been going, Martin? We haven't had an update in a little while, have we?
We have not. My writing has been, I would like to say, very good. Unfortunately, it's been terrible. I've had a really bad month in October. I hardly got any words down. I got down as many words in a month as I used to get in, a weekend. So I am disgruntled, and I am now working to catch up and right the ship.
I thought you meant write the story.
That too.
I think what I would say, I think you said to me you managed to write about 8,000 words in October because you had various shizzle going on, didn't you?
I had a cold and other things, and it just didn't really help productivity.
It didn't happen. It didn't happen. But I think what I would say is that's totally normal, because we are human beings. Well, you are, and the jury's out on me, isn't it?
Yes, it is the thing known as Richard Holliday.
Oh. Last time someone called me that, they got in lots of trouble. I was breaking controversy already.
You set me up. I couldn't help myself.
Well, as it's you. Oh, you're. That's a subtle plug. Oh. Right, that's enough of Martin today. Bye, everyone. No, he's all right. He's Martin.
Speaking of plugs, I have got a hardback.
Full screen. Shush. Right. Oh, that's not really full screen, is it? Oh, whatever. Look at that.
This is Pulsar Sky. I am currently serializing it for free on Royal Road and for money on Patreon. And this will be launching at some point next year. It is hardback. It has a dust jacket. I am the last person still liking dust jackets. And check out that formatting. It is a thing of beauty. I feel like I'm on that TV channel that sells mops.
You're now on QVC. I have to say, it's a very nice hardback. So well done with putting that together. It looks really good. I think you did a really good job with the dust jacket, because I kind of think if you're going to do a hardback, you need to go for the dust jacket, because Amazon KDP doesn't actually support dust jackets for some reason. So what's the effing point? Why bother?
Well, I was inspired and thrilled by a gift you recently received.
Are we talking about this? that I got.
We're talking about that.
So, plot twist. If you read my last newsletter, you'll know that the lovely Ben Pick, he came over to London for a week about this time last month, didn't he?
Yes.
And we had a really nice afternoon hanging out, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. We met up at our secret central London hangout, and we went for a wander around Trafalgar Square.
We did. We saw Big Ben and the clock.
And Elizabeth Tower.
But yeah, he gave me this really nice.
Surprisingly cool.
He gave me this really nice hardback of his first book.
It's a shame you don't like hardbacks, isn't it?
Oh, shut up.
But
but the thing is, he said he only had these made to give away as gifts because there's no barcode on the back, there's no ISBN. These are totally private things that he's done. And I have to say, the presentation, and excuse me, inside, he got review. He signed it for me as well. Bless him. I won't reveal the inscription because that's between me and him, very private. But he's put review quotes on the flaps. I mean, listen, I'm going to talk about Ben's flaps now. He's put his wife first, then me, and then all these other people that don't really matter. No, it's nice. It's a really nice kind of like commemorative edition of his book that he's really proud of. I think he's done a really good job. And Martin, I will ask one thing. Underneath your dust jacket, is there anything?
There is nothing.
Yeah, because Ben's has got nothing underneath the...
There will be in later editions. What I've... because I was really surprised because I know... Ben used Lulu, but there's a company called Book Vault who are based in Peterborough, which is over here in the UK.
Up the Brits.
It's a bit infuriating because their North American facilities can't do dust jackets. Because I'd never really looked into it because it had always just seemed prohibitively expensive, and if we're being entirely honest, it's a vanity thing, and there's not an overabundance.
Oh, this thing that he's done is totally a vanity thing to give away to people.
Yeah, and that's a fair and legitimate thing, and what have you. But like even paperbacks, I don't. Most of my sales are ebooks, and paperbacks take up a fraction of that. So if you're putting time into it, and if you're putting money into it, it's not something I would prioritize. But since I've got background in graphic design, and I can put a dust jacket together.
You? This is the first I'm hearing of this.
That's how we met, you dumbass.
I know. I'm being humble there and being nice. Don't knock it.
Oh, it's a new thing, and you're learning, and I appreciate it. But yeah, in terms of getting hardbacks with dust jackets printed, it's surprisingly affordable. Like you can get it really, like probably twice what I'd pay for a paperback, which is not unfeasible.
So you used this company, didn't you? Book Vault.
Yeah, that's them.
Yeah, looks pretty good. Print costs to print, so they allow you to print as sort of like one-offs then.
Yeah,
and
there's like a sliding scale, so you can get a better price the more you order.
Yeah. Oh shit! Sorry. Oh, there's lots of different options here. Oh, I realise I'm going around in circles now. I'm thinking, where's the first option? So what you went for the hardback? Ooh. Okay, well, I'll get a quote now. But yeah, that's really good. Well done. So what are you going to do? Are you, when you do the Kickstarter, that's going to be like what people buy. Oh, rude, Eloise. That's very rude of you. Let's see that. I don't know what I've done now. Oh, there we are. Just pressing buttons. Eloise here. Eloise Bars here. Does it have embossed bits? Thank you.
Not this version, but later versions will do.
Shush. Very naughty. No, it's really nice. No, well done. I was impressed actually when you showed me, and they printed colour on the interior as well.
Yeah, and again, it didn't that was one of those things I sort of assumed would knock the price out of range. But whereas Amazon, if you want to have one colour page, so it's the chapter headers, they have colour at the top, and I've got 27 of those, so they've only calculated for those pages. They're not charging every colour page as a colour page like Amazon would.
But Amazon would do, because if you select colour, they assume every page is colour and price it accordingly. Hi, Rita.
We like Rita. I went on her show. It was a lot of fun.
I haven't been on there yet. Dun dun dun.
I think she's wrapped up now. I think she's spoken to all the interesting people.
And you.
Yeah. I think she's looking for people for the next series. I think maybe July she'll do stuff like for Dull Lie or something.
Oh, dearie me. No, it's really good. It's nice to have.
Definitely should get Richard on because he could talk for England, and he has. Technically the wrong flag, but I'll allow it.
Well, it's got the English flag in there, and it keeps falling down for some reason. I've got trouble keeping my flag up for some reason. I need to address that in some form. Season 2 coming out. Okay, lovely. She'd love to have me, and possibly also have me on her show. Oh, whoops!
Eloise has joined the National Front.
It's always the ones we least suspect, isn't it? Eloise has just launched a new vlog in collaboration with Emma Bennett, who couldn't be bothered to be here. She's very rude of her. They're doing a day in the life of an author thing.
To be fair, when was the last time you turned up to one of her streams?
Well, I can't remember the last time she did a stream, to be honest.
I know, I think she was obsessed.
I know. It's because we kept causing too much chaos on her stream. She then said, I'm not doing live streams anymore. But she's not here, so we are free to talk shit about her. And not that we were, because Emma's lovely, but she's not here, so she's not that lovely, How dare she have a better offer than us two? Rude. Okay, I'm getting told off now. Eloise, if you want to share the link to your new video, please feel free to. I did watch the first 25 seconds of it to put it in my watch history, so I'll then go back and watch it. Because let's face it, whoever uses the watch later feature on YouTube, my watch later list is about 400 videos long. What it should do, it should delete automatically once you've actually watched it. But that would require Google to have actual talented designers, I suppose, and engineers. Oh, whoops. There it is. Eloise shared the link. It's very good. I don't think... Emma did one as well. I didn't do one because I wasn't asked. Marta, I don't think you were asked either, were you?
I've been asked, but I'm lazy.
Yeah, sounds about right. I'm also lazy. So what are we going to be working on today, lovely Martin?
I mean, we could do one now. Hi, I'm an author. Welcome to A Day in My Life. Today, I'm talking with Richard about writing. Right,
there you go.
Out, and we're done.
Hi, I'm Richard. A Day in My Life is shit, I got up about 10:30. I got excited about a deal on Pepsi Max, went down to the shop, it wasn't there, and then just came home and did this.
Well, you weren't able to do a day in the life because you couldn't get the rights to film in Harvester.
Oh, Martin, you missed it. I took Ben to the Harvester, and even his wife admitted she was the third wheel at our dinner date. It was tremendous. It was truly, I could die a happy man now. Oh, Rita, you should definitely watch the playlist. If at some point I will dig it out and put it in the chat. I'm not going to do it now because I'm stressed. Oh, Laurel's here. Hello.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us on this lovely Saturday. We're going to do some sprints very shortly because it is November writing month. I don't think we're allowed to say NaNoWriMo anymore. They've been shunned.
Shannon's been using NaNoWriMo, but I don't know why she didn't go.
Not NaNoWriMo, so she's still using it.
I don't know why she didn't go for the obvious ShanoWriMo.
I'm going to suggest that to her, ShanoWriMo. She's going to love that. Eloise posts every so often. What you need to do, Rita, is click that notification bell. That's what YouTubers say, isn't it? Post about every other Friday. What a way to end every other week. Good stuff. So
Eloise has the best theme song on YouTube.
Oh, should we play her new theme song? Oh, let's do that because that'll waste some time, won't it? So, as people will know, I've been dabbling with this AI song generator thing, and it's fucking fantastic.
Careful, this is how NaNoWriMo got cancelled.
Oh, shush. Eloise likes her thingy bob. So, right, let me go into the download. Eloise Bob.
So I'm going to fill the dead air.
You do.
Here's my book again. You can't buy it yet. That was a waste of time. But so is all of this. So is life.
Right. Should we listen to Eloise's theme song?
Yes, let's.
Yeah.
In the mountains where the mist gets thick, Eloise bar, she'll hit you quick. Witchy vibes got spells on lock. Accounting, wizard keeping figures in stock. Historical dramas, Greek myths in the air. Maiden of Artemis, she conquers the lair. Fantasy pages, she writes with a quill. Kicks ass and spreadsheets, got numbers to kill. Eloise the enchantress, slim with flair. Spreadsheets and spells all over the air. Mountain nights in Seattle, she's ruling the scene. Books and a ledger, living the dream. From the gods of Olympus to the witches in the night. Eloise bars got that author's might. Ledger way on one hand, quill in the other. Balancing them books, smoother than butter. Financial sorceress, balance sheets tight. Historical fantasies, pull you in right. Eloise bar, the name rings true. Kicking ass in the mountains like only she knew. Eloise the enchantress, slaying with flair. Spreadsheets and spells all over the air. Mountain nights in Seattle, she's ruling the scene. Books and a ledger, living the dream.
Ta-da! There we go. What an amazing time we live in that is so easy to make.
So what's your current project when you're not having computers generate theme songs?
So what I'm doing in the middle, I'm currently working on my first ever fantasy book. It's called Legacy of Iron, which I think is a really good title, by the way. I'm about 35,000 words in, and it is going to be a chonker by the sounds of it, because I spent about 3 months doing a really heavy backstory / outline kind of thing, and I really enjoyed that process more than I usually do, because usually I just think outline, oh Jesus, enough, yeah. But yeah, I'm working on that. I'm still on Act 1. I'm about halfway through Act 1. I'm at 35,000 words, so I think I might have a problem of having too much story for one book. I'm just currently drafting. I'm having a really, really fun time with it, to be quite honest. I'm kind of doing my own thing. How I would describe it so far is a political thriller set in a magical world undergoing an industrial revolution. How's that?
That's very exciting.
Thank you.
I've actually done something really clever with my outlining spreadsheet. So when I outline, I know how many chapters I'm wanting, and I like to have a target word count for the finished book. So I've actually set it up now that as I write, it works out how many chapters there's going to be and how long each chapter is, and then tells me how long the book is likely to be. So if I'm going long, I can counter it, and that's really helping me. And
can you share that with me later? Because that would be really
also calculate. Yes, it also works out how how long each chapter's taken to write, and then uses that to calculate when it thinks I'll be finished. So rather than having a deadline to hit, it just has one that keeps moving. So if I get a lot of work,
calculates from what you've done, what it reckons you're going to be doing later on. That's really good.
It's not thinking anything. It's just going like, if I've got X chapters and they all average Y words, then it assumes that I'll get that many for each chapter, and that will then know how long that will be.
That's cool. And you feel it's really helping you?
Yeah, it lets me see, because I had a really bad, week the last couple of weeks, and a really bad week that went for weeks, and I was already to be like, all my deadlines are going to fall short, everything's falling apart, I'm gonna quit writing and see how I get on with painting. And then I was able to take a look at this and actually realize, I'm not actually that far behind. And if I went and did, an intense week of some quite high word count goals, I could actually get quite far ahead if I wanted to.
I think that's the way of looking at it is, the deadline is more like an aspiration, and you can kind of recover fairly quickly, to be honest, even just by putting a small amount of work in each day. It does have a cumulative effect, which is good. I mean, I've kind of had the same kind of template spreadsheet for a while for my books, but I've kind of enhanced it a little bit. At the moment, I've got a pie chart on mine. Imagine that. It just tells me how much.
Always thinking about food. Great, Richard. Always thinking with your stomach.
There we go. Oh, that hurt actually. Ow. And it actually tells me it can count how many scenes I've got planned and how many I've got left to do. And it's got some tick boxes because everyone has a good tick box, don't they?
They do. Which you can now get in Excel and Google Sheets.
Oh, I'll tell you what, it's life-changing in Excel to have proper tick boxes. Literally, I read that announcement and I audibly yelped. Such is the sadness of my existence. So, are you going to be doing some drafting today?
I might be doing some editing.
Ooh, we like that. How do you feel about editing?
I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I don't love it. I kind of fell into this mindset of tracking things by word count, which was really good because I can get words quite fast, but really bad because then I end up with a lot of editing to do, which doesn't count as new words, and I feel bad. So I'm sort of trying a new thing where I'm kind of editing as I go, and for the most part that's working and helping me balance my chapters for serials so that I'm not going too long or too short on them. but I kind of need to pick up a bit and get my previous couple of chapters tidied up, and that should sort out my post count for the rest of the year, which will let me, not feel like I'm on the knife edge. But I think with a couple of those edited, we'll be in a much stronger position.
Good. I've also taken some tips from you with this particular book that I'm working on. I used to always plan for my chapters to have 3 scenes in them, which can be a bit of a struggle sometimes. So now I'm doing 2 scene chapters, or 2. When I say scenes, I mean 2 event chapters, if that makes sense. Because sometimes a scene has multiple kind of places it takes place in. So I'm finding that.
Yeah, I think it's good to just always have the story, changing on some level. And I always find, like, I've sort of gone through lots of different story structure suggestions, and at the end of the day, I try and have something change every quarter. So
the weather.
25% of the way in, you want to be finishing Act 1. Halfway through, you want to have a midpoint turn, and then at the end of Act 2, change things up, and
that's good. Yeah, I mean, I've been using the 5 commandments of story for years now. I find it really works for me to kind of break down into, especially a 5-act structure, and it works really well for me. I enjoy using it. It works for me. But I think with this particular book that I'm working, I'm really glad that I spent more time than perhaps I would usually do. You're such a tart, Martin. I definitely found spending that extended time doing the planning was really worth doing, because I've got a whole comprehensive backstory in my kind of notebook. I'm not being funny, Martin. I'm really tempted. I'm so proud of this backstory. I want to print it out and put it in a binder. Help. Yeah. I think I might just do that because prestige and fun.
Everything can't go wrong with prestige and fun. No. Although I do find ring binders just end up tearing the pages, and that is infuriating.
What you've got to make sure you've reinforced your holes. Okay, use those little stickers that reinforce your holes.
What about those plastic bindings you can get at print shops?
And that too. Or we could use flimsies, plastic flimsies.
And some laminators.
Don't get me. The trouble is, I could not trust myself with a laminator at home, because I would laminate everything.
Do it.
I think I was at one point going to get a draft of Price War 2 done in like a spiral bound, but it was going to cost like 20 quid, and I thought, stop that for a laugh.
Oh yeah, we did look into that, didn't we? It was cheaper just to get a author copy of Amazon.
Yeah, get like a beta author copy. Yeah. Eloise is telling me to do it. Why the hell not? That's a really good reason for anything. Why the hell not? Turn the backstory into a reader. Now, this is actually a really good suggestion by Laurel, because I realise already I'm overwriting this book quite a lot. But the good thing I'm thinking is, if I get it written, I can just take this stuff out and put it aside for kind of like bonus material, like a reader magnet. I'd rather be in a position, to be honest, where I can take out rather than have to put in, because deleting stuff's quite easy, or removing it is quite easy, and then better than having to think 6 months down the line, I wish I'd written that scene now. I think, oh shit, I've got to write it now. But then you can think, part of me has already done most of the work, so why not? Eloise is agreeing with the importance to reinforce holes. Always reinforce your holes. Let's see what Adrian says. Hi, Adrian. I'm doing a collection of short stories, all backstories for characters coming in book 2 before book 2 releases. Oh, excellent. That should be good. And there's lots of
I just want book 2. Give me book 2. I hate it when you're in the middle of a series and then they have a load of short stories and they're important to the overall story, but not as important as a book. And I always want to just skip it, but then I don't and just get really frustrated, hate reading it before I get to the next book. But I'm sure Adrian's will be lovely. I want book 2!
I am with Eloise here. She's writing God nonsense. Book 2 has been the most challenging thing I've ever done so far. Well, yeah. Good luck. May God bless this book.
And she's raised a family in Florida.
Oh, yeah. God nonsense. Best kind of nonsense. So my plans today are going to... First, I've got to write a newsletter. Shock horror, I forgot to do a newsletter. Anyone would think there was stuff going on last week. Geez, I can't imagine what. I need to write my newsletter. That's what she said. So I'm going to be writing my newsletter in the first sprint. Then I'll go on to the kind of novel draft in the second sprint. That's assuming we get to a second sprint. I'm sure we'll do a couple, won't we? A couple would be quite good, won't it? Let's do at least 2.
Yes.
Okay, we shall start very shortly. Chat, folks, what are you working on? Answer now. While I arrange this video thing. Hold on. I feel like such an old person using the computer when I have to do this. What am I clicking on? Oh, and also, Martin, you went for a glossy hardback.
Yes.
Eloise is on chapter 16 of book 2's first draft. I'm still in bed being lazy. Get up, you lazy cow. I'm kidding. But also get up. What time is it for you over there, Laurel? You are in Texas, I believe. Yeehaw! That is what they say in Texas, isn't it?
You don't mess with Texas.
I'm scared now.
I once ate nachos in the state of Texas at the Dallas State Fair.
Were they spicy nachos?
There were some jalapenos and cheese sauce.
I usually pick the jalapenos off. I mean, based on your vlog, Eloise, you do get up like 4:30 in the morning for some odd reason. So, yeah, it's acceptable, to be honest. Right. Jalapeno. That's even more offensive, isn't it? I'm just going to say spicy peppers.
Although
I used to think
it has been suggested we are too far from Mexico to enjoy any such foods.
Okay, here's my challenge to chat. Want me to say I can't actually pronounce this word? I used to think it was cognac.
Is it not pronounced Texas?
I don't know. It's a bit like the old pterodactyls, where someone pronounces it pterodactyls because they've only ever seen it written.
I feel mocked.
I can say quesadilla, I think. Oh, I'm scared now. I think Eloise is trying to trap me. Oh man, the British pronunciation. Correct pronunciation. Because British English is proper English. Anyway, I'm going to go do some writing now, so you guys can amuse yourselves in some form. Sorry, my flag's drooping. Yeah, well, I need to...
It's like you've not been as patriotic in the last 6 months, and I can't quite figure out why.
So I think it's something wrong with my pole. It's getting a little bit... It droops on my pole a little bit. I think that's going to be a problem. Right, I'm going to do this thing.
It's cognac, not cognac.
Right, fish writing. Bye, Rita.
Oh, Eloise, you've done that to yourself. I can't stop what happens next.
Excuse me. It is not aluminum. Not aluminum, it's aluminium. Get it right. And we're done. Oh, we're going to get with that. Martin.
Okay.
Eloise
Hello.
is going very soon, so I promised her that we were going to listen to Emma's new version of her theme song.
Hooray.
Oh, dearie, because she says her child wakes up at the top of the hour. What do you mean, hooray?
I've heard it before.
This is the new version, though.
Hooray.
It is 4 minutes long, though, so maybe I'll just put a link in the chat. Or we'll save it till later. What we'll do is we'll make Eloise come back for it.
Yes, a cliffhanger. We like those.
We do like a cliffhanger. Child and husband will emerge. And husband. Who's husband? I mean, you're entitled to your wrong opinion, Adrian. Okay.
To be fair, my wife said exactly the same thing a moment ago.
Yeah, but your wife's lovely, so we won't disagree with her. We like Laura.
As is Adrian.
Okay, well, yeah. I can't believe you gave you all that swag for free. N if you want it to be even more obnoxious, I'll get Bertha the typewriter.
And they have your audacity to question our pronunciation.
Yeah. I'm having a hell of a time deciding how to be consistent with while my giantess character talks. Me big woman. Me smashy smashy. Is that how they talk?
I believe they have a fondness for snoo snoo. If you watch the documentary Futurama.
So I started laughing. Death by snoo snoo. Oh dear! I'm not going to be able to read Eloise's book with these giantess characters about thinking of that that episode now. Where is the queen? How do we kill her? Can she be killed? No, but she can move in any direction.
Nuke the site from orbit. It's the only way to be sure.
Oh, see, Laurel appreciates the clickety clackety.
That's not
so
a keyboard.
The chat was very busy. I mean, Martin, please. Yeah, fucking hell. Look at this.
Oh my god, you're able to lift it.
Yeah, this is based like doing weights.
I hope you're lifting from the knees, not your back.
Yeah, cool. Oh, I struggled to lift this one-handed, to be honest. Oh, Jesus. Making some old people noises now. I won't repeat what the chat was talking about because it was mostly about farting. Nobody mentioned Emma. I did say sign up to my newsletter. So I've written the bulk of the sort of article for Monday's newsletter, which is exciting. So that'd be fun. I'm trying
newsletter next week.
Oh, yeah. You write good newsletters. You should put that in the chat as well.
BradleyLejeune.com. I think these guys are all subscribed. They love my books.
I know, they're good, aren't they? It's nice having a fan base, isn't it? Oh,
yeah. You should try it sometime.
Oh, Better Laura's here. Hi, Better Laura. She says, why are we seeing you through binoculars? Because I was playing around with the layout on this thing. Hello. How are you? If you want to scroll back, Laura, we were talking about farting earlier. It was very gassy, shall we say. Because it fools someone thinking their cameras look better than they do. Well, let's face it, you can't really improve on this. Not a word, Martin. Mr. Eloise.
Dear, dear.
Did you get any editing done in that short break, Martin?
Oh, yes, I was very productive.
Good. Good. So, yeah. Oh, by the way, Shannon is starting a stream now. So don't go and...
Fantastic.
She's writing her next Roshantasy. There we go. Roshantasy. I think that's the best one so far. I haven't got any work done today.
I'm not sure it's it.
Have you tried sticking a cork up her ass, Adrian? That might stop the gas.
Be nice about Mrs. Adrian. She's poorly.
I'm being nice. I'm offering medical advice there.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, okay. So how much editing did you get done?
How do you quantify it?
I usually go by pages.
I didn't count those. It's difficult in Scrivener.
Oh, you're editing in Scrivener, you devil. I write in Scrivener, but I edit in Word.
I'm a
pages.
brick. I don't play by rules.
I didn't know Scrivener had like a revision mode. To be honest, I haven't really looked that far into it. Usually, when I edit,
you can do it. Yeah, you can save snapshots. So when you change stuff, you can just go back to the earlier version if you need to. It's very useful.
I might have a little look at that. Worth giving it a try.
Label it different.
Is that romantic? I suppose you could do like label one snapshot as first draft, label the next snapshot as second draft. Okay. And J.K. Lambo is cooking her mum. oh, she's cooking with her mum. Okay.
I thought J.K. Lambo was local, but here she's using American terminology. I'm most confused.
Excuse me, lacking a flared base. Oh, we're talking about corks. Okay. No. Rude.
My word. Do you have a keyboard shortcut set up for that?
For what?
Typing rude.
I think I need to have like a Mac bar. I need to have it like Control Shift Alt R. I can type it.
It would
very
save
fast,
you weeks over the course of a year.
It really would, to be honest. But the trouble is, Martin, if you're using a keyboard as clacky as this, you want to hear every click. So what you're going to do is, when you type rude, you've got to type it as rude. You've got to really feel every letter that you're putting down onto there. So
usually you just type W-U-U-D. You type too many keys.
Yeah. Rude. So I'm going to be writing the next chapter in my book. So I think I explained to you, Martin, how I'm kind of writing this book. In that I'm writing each POV.
Yes.
Let's talk about that, shall we?
Yes, let's explain it for the viewers at home.
Okay, so I am writing each point of view, all the chapters in each point of view in one go. So, and what I will then do is I will then shuffle them together, if that makes sense. So, okay, let's go.
You're taking an awful gamble that everything's going to line up.
Well, my plan is to hire an editor for this book so they can fix all of that shit.
That's not how hiring an editor actually works.
Well, to be quite honest, I have actually got a thing on my spreadsheet for the time period that each scene takes place in. So hopefully it shouldn't be quite so wacky. That makes sense.
In McMurdo 4, we have a bit where all the storylines converge, and getting everything to happen in the right place was quite challenging. but we got there.
I'm trying to avoid what I did in my last book. Yeah, go on.
The other thing is you don't want to then have, like, if you've got 3 POVs and they're all present at the same event, what can happen is what should be a 1-chapter event suddenly becomes 3 chapters.
And you have to make sure it's consistent across all 3.
And the flow just grinds to a halt.
Yeah, your pacing just goes through the floor. It's kind of good in a way if you have like the lead up to an event through 3 POVs, but then you've got to do the event itself through 1 POV. So with this plan that I'm doing at the moment, I'm hopefully going to be avoiding that, to be honest.
What's been really refreshing is Pulsar Sky only has the 2 POVs, which I thought initially might be quite limiting, but it's been really fun.
I've got 4 POVs in this book. So for instance, the A plot has 4 chapters in Act 1. The B plot has 8 chapters in Book 1 somehow. Though I'm going to cut a couple of them out that I've actually realised I've planned, but I don't actually need to write them. And the C plot has 6, and D plot has 4 chapters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write them all, and then when it comes later on down the line, I will shuffle them into the kind of reading order, if that makes sense. So right now I'm doing the POV in everything that happens to character A in plot in Act 1. I'm writing all of those chapters.
Is that the final name or a placeholder?
Sorry?
Is that the final name or a placeholder?
For what? A plot?
Character A.
Yes, they have got a name, but on the spreadsheet...
You make it sound like court proceedings.
Oh, dearie me. I find you in contempt of court, Martin Lejeune.
Objection.
Overruled.
Yes, and I will now hit it with my judge hammer.
Imagine if you wrote a legal book and the judge's name was Judge Hammer. I'm going to have to do that now, aren't I? Or Justice Gavel. But yeah, I know this kind of sounds like I'm almost overcomplicating the writing of this book, but I'm going to do all of the plot A chapters and all of the plot B. Then I can kind of mix them up into the kind of reading order at a later date. And in Scrivener, that's very easy to do because you can literally just drag and drop the chapters. I will do that before it goes into Word, because drag and drop in Word is you kind of got to hold on for dear life, to be honest.
Yeah, I wouldn't be doing that in Word.
Though saying that, you can actually do it, because if you use heading styles, you can, in the navigation pane in Word, drag and drop, and it works. There's some useless information no one needed.
The sad thing about the fall of Nano is it will put a stop to everyone getting Scrivener.
I mean, I just got an email from them about the Scrivener coupon code. I mean, I got my first ever version of Scrivener through a NaNoWriMo winner code, to be honest. And I used that for about 12 years.
Yeah, because you just copied an old book into it, so you didn't need to complete Nano.
Well, it's all based on the honour system, honour spelt with a U, to be honest.
There's nothing honourable about that. You can spell it the other way.
Excuse me, Martin, I've still got that book somewhere. Where is it? It's shut it, Martin. I've got a ring binder with it in it. Look.
You know what that ring binder needs? Dust jacket.
Okay, well played. So this is one of my first ever NaNoWriMo projects. So I just read Laurel's comment. Shush. Honest.
And this is Colony, isn't it?
Colonization, which possibly these in this day and age is probably not the best title to go for in this day and age, is it?
I think that's why I got 2 stars.
We won't talk about that. Jesus! Oh, making those old people noises. Oh, right. What's her name? Eloise is going, bye.
Bye, Eloise.
Look, I've still got this is like the only copy of it left. I did that cover.
I mean, that's some typography.
Well,
it shows.
I mean, I didn't know what I didn't know back then. What's that called? The Dunning-Kruger effect. But the important thing is, Martin, I actually learned from it, and I don't now peddle tips about publishing when I really don't know anything. Because I do know stuff now.
You know what? The rating's actually gone up since the last time I looked. It's now 2.75 stars.
Well, you know what? It was 2013. I was young. I was hip. I just slung this on Amazon without really knowing anything. And I did learn a lot.
Knowing what I do about indie publishing, but you just slapped it on Amazon in 2013, I am surprised that you're not now very rich. If you'd done that a couple more times, you would be one of these people on YouTube who goes, I'm successful at publishing, do what I say. Because there was only a few other people doing it.
Definitely don't do that. I mean, I think there is some good stuff in this book. It would need a total rewrite. And the trouble is, I don't want to go back and kind of rehash all these old ideas. I mean, not being funny, Martin, just look at this. Look at that. By the way, I formatted this in Word.
Ooh.
And we know our little saying now, friends don't let friends.
Wasn't that your spooky story you were telling for Halloween with a torch under your chin?
What was that? And then...
And he formatted it in Word. And then on the screen and ran away.
Oh, dear. Honest. Oh, Lord, I enjoy you. But yeah, I do keep this. You can buy it for almost $3,000 on Amazon, apparently. No, don't do that, because I don't get any of that. Saying that, if you want to buy this particular book off me for $3,000, please, I'm not going to say no to it. But yeah, I did learn a lot from this one. I'm glad I kept a copy of it, to be honest. It's no longer available on Amazon. I would like to get it deleted from my Goodreads, but they won't let me delete it, apparently.
Yeah, if a book exists, they want to keep it.
Even if it will never, ever be sold ever again. I remember the first time I opened my big box of these, and I was really excited. I mean, it is exciting when you open a big box of books, isn't it?
If you're ever bored,
yeah, go
on. If you're ever bored, just go onto YouTube and look up people opening their first copy of their books, and take a swig if they're thrilled and excited, and take a whole shot if they're devastated by something, because it is genuinely 50-50 which way it always goes.
I mean, I did that stream not that long ago where I unboxed some books, and I only found out I ticked the white paper option when I opened the inbox online. Stupid me.
You didn't actually need to mention that.
Well, I figured you would probably sneak it in somehow, so I kind of preempted you there.
Oh no, I was going to be nice.
Aren't you nice? You are very lovely, Martin.
Yeah, if I'm going to sneak something in, you're not going to see it coming.
That's what she said. Should we do another sprint then?
Yes, let's.
Another 20 minutes?
Shall I go for a half hour?
You want to do a half-hour one?
I might actually get something done then.
Oh, go on then. Oh, look at this. Right. Oh, back in a bit. Bye.
Bong!
Oh, it's Adrian's favourite word. Oh, whoops. Well, that was productive. I got 566 words done, which is, not bad, not bad. Kind of the setup for this chapter, to be honest, rather than it all kicking off, but has to be done. How'd you get on? Lovely, Martin.
I got about 200 words down. I wasn't counting exactly, but I edited an action scene to have more action in.
Ooh, more lasers.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Compressed energy weapons.
Of course. Compressed energy weapons. Well done. We do like action. I think the trouble with this book so far is a lot of it is...
Well, it helps it not be boring.
Yeah, a lot of this book is, certainly the first act, is plodding around the capital, kind of moving the chess pieces into place, as it were. But there's some good tense scenes there as well.
That should be one of your quotes on the cover.
What's that? Moving the chess pieces into place.
Most of this book is just moving the chess pieces around.
Well, I'm not going to sell very many that way, am I? Oh, hang on.
I remember Lost used to feel like a lot of episodes did that.
I never watched that, to be honest, and apparently I'm not missing much.
Oh, it's Adrian's favourite programme.
Oh dear. I thought that was Game of Thrones. I can't keep up.
That's his new favourite programme.
Well, no one talks about Game of Thrones anymore, do they? I doubt George.
You talk about it a lot.
I do, and not in the good sense. One has to wonder if George...
Chris Kenny has just taken a drink.
Oh, bless him. I wonder how he's getting on, Chris Kenny. Yeah, no. What was I going to say? There was something we were talking about on Discord that was quite a juicy topic, wasn't it? Oh yeah, George R. R. Martin hasn't released a book in 15 years, probably because he's writing it in WordStar 4 for DOS. He's broken his floppy disks.
The Fire and Blood came out, 5 years ago?
That's a bit like what you were saying earlier about, where you're waiting for book 2 in a series, and then the author wants like a prequel or a side novel with something like that. You're like, still very well and good, but I want book 2. So yeah.
But he did manage to get it adapted into a TV show, so there is that.
There is that as well. Are you saying Pulsar Sky is not going to be a TV show?
I'm not saying that.
Nice
if anyone in development is watching, and just imagine that on billboards all around Los Angeles. You're going to have the streaming hit of the week. May not be the biggest boast, but I want to keep things realistic.
I mean, that is pretty realistic. Like, if it's the streaming hit of the week, you'll take that.
Yeah.
Sometimes enough.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
If, say Ian Terence Villiers, the head of ITV, phones you up and wants to buy the TV rights to Price War or Nightmare Tenant or Iron Elf Train, what have you.
Legacy of Iron.
Would you? I like mine better. I think it will really hit all
I think there's a
SEO.
subtitle, Iron Legacy Elf Train thing.
If you knew it was going to be bad, would you still take the TV money?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. God,
Yeah,
you'd be sorted for publishing for the rest of the decade.
Exactly. Because the TV show will actually push people to buy the books, and just because you've got the crappy TV show doesn't mean that the books cease to exist. I mean, look at Harry Potter. Look at Harry Potter. They're going to do another HBO adaptation of all 7 books.
But I think generally that's regarded as one of the better adaptations. Like, I know it's not considered perfect, but it's not like the Earthsea TV show they only made to stop the rights reverting, which was a complete horror show.
Earthsea, I've never heard of that. Is that probably just as well, to be honest?
That is because you haven't done your genre research. You know, you're writing fantasy and you don't know who Ursula K. Le Guin is. I've literally walked you past her books in a bookshop.
And I didn't take any notice, did I?
No, you rarely do.
I do. But occasionally I do take notice of what you say to me. And
I know it's weird.
I know it's pretty worrying when we start agreeing as well. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
No. The thing is, I actually am trying to look at some fantasy to kind of get into, because I am the first person to admit I am not a fantasy.
You're not my fantasy.
No. Well, if I am your fantasy, you need to subscribe to my OnlyFans. So there is that. But I'm not a fantasy, aficionado. But I kind of think that in a way that kind of gives me an advantage. But I haven't got the deck already stacked into what I want to do. I can kind of do whatever I want with this book. And I kind of feel like already this book is not just all witches and wizards. It's kind of like a story taking place and the kind of fantasy is a bit of like a set dressing, as it were.
Much like the first Game of Thrones book.
Much like the first Game of Thrones book, yeah. And I kind of like that. I'm enjoying it. And I know I can lean into it as I go on, to be honest.
I think you could do worse and reach out to some fantasy readers and see where you're going with it is a direction that they would want to follow. Because I think you're taking a risk that could pay off quite well, or make your job much harder.
Or I could waste a year of my life writing this book that no one's ever going to buy.
I wouldn't word it quite like that, but I know that you are hoping that this could be your breakout hit.
It would be nice. I kind of feel that fantasy certainly does very well, and I kind of feel that this could have the potential to kind of leverage into that a little bit. It would certainly be a bit more sellable than maybe Price War turned out to be. It turned out to be not very sellable. Because I think the trouble with
I feel like I should have suggested. I feel like I should maybe have suggested earlier on that you might have a cross-genre with difficult appeal.
Yes, I totally appreciate that it being about 2 genres is certainly going to make it hard to sell. I mean, you get some books that people have done where it's like 5 different genres, and it's like you kind of see that almost as, you think, I can tap into a little bit of this market, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But sometimes these kind of genres are a bit kind of mutually exclusive. It's like, I don't want to read a sci-fi, fantasy. Sometimes you want one or the other. If that makes sense.
Actually, I did read a really good sci-fi fantasy by Adrian Tchaikovsky, which was called Elder Race. It was a novella, and it was about a Iron Age community in like a fantasy setting, and this princess has to go and find this wizard to help them stop the other. Not even listen to me. He's not even listening to me.
No,
the other tribe attacking them. Oh, have you read that one?
I read some of it.
It's got a lot of spiders in.
Yeah, I DNF'd this.
I liked it, but I didn't love it. I don't know if I'll read the others. I know he's written another series, Shards of Time, I think it is. That's supposed to be very
I've
good.
read,
So
I read another one of his. It was called Dogs of War, and that I didn't agree with that either. Didn't get on with that very well either. So yeah, that one had lots of Spirals, and I kind of lost track of all the different generations of Spirals because it all kind of merged into one. I was very confused.
yeah, I do want to read more of his in the fullness time, but so many books, so little time.
You need to give up on that job thing, Martin, then you'll have more time.
Didn't work out so well for you, did it?
That's a bit mean, isn't it?
Oh, no, I shouldn't say that, really. You know, it's November and you can afford to have the heating on and just sit around in a T-shirt.
I've had the heating on for an hour just to kind of have a bit of warmth in this place.
Warm your cold, cold heart.
And there's you. Well, hang on. You can't be doing that, babe. You've got the lights on.
Oh, yeah, because the people need to see me. Also, to be fair, an LED bulb in this day and age, I don't think that actually costs money to run, does it?
I think it's like pennies a year at this point. Imagine a
Wasn't that one of your
LED.
pen names for your romance novel?
Pennies. No, I thought my romance pen name was Regina Hertz.
Oh, dear.
Or Dixie Enormous.
I think that one's actually taken.
Well, I bet it is. Let me check, actually.
You don't normally like it when I call you Dixie.
Oh my God. Jesus. There's a drag artist called Dixie Enormous. There's a company listing. Oh my word. Oh my God. Jesus H. Christ. I think I'm going to have to retire Dixie Enormous. But if you type my real name into Google, you do get a pro wrestler.
And if you type mine in, you get a fascist.
Is that why you have to be called Martin Lejeune author?
Something like that.
Oh. So at least you could say, I'm the nice, good Martin, not that other guy. And poor innocent Richard. Yeah, I should have. I'll tell you what. I remember for a time earlier this year, I was using DuckDuckGo because Google had pissed me off with how their search page was working. It was just really irritating me. And I was going to explain to the Americans what squirty cream was. And DuckDuckGo does not do safe search by default. And I went onto the images tab. I was like, holy shit. I was like, fucking hell. Did not want to see that.
All you have to do to explain squirty cream to the Americans is tell them to watch the first 5 minutes of Jurassic Park, where what's his name, like showing them how to smuggle the dinosaur DNA out in a can of squirty cream.
I thought it was shaving gel.
Well, no, because then he puts it on his cake.
Look, Dodgson's here. See, nobody cares. That's a great film, to be honest.
It's good that you watch movies now. I like it.
Yeah, I know. I do go to the films every now and again. What was the last one I went to see? It might have been.
Pictures.
Let me look on my calendar. I literally put these on my calendar because I can't remember what I've been to see. I've got the dentist next week. Lucky me. Hold on. I went to see Venom 3 a couple of weeks ago.
Made 3 of those? You watched 3 of those?
Listen, no, I didn't. I did not know it was a series until I'd gone to see that. But it was good fun for the 2 hours I was in there.
There's someone on Reddit posting that they were listening to Leviathan Falls and had listened for like 9 hours of the audiobook, and they're like, it now just occurs to me that this wasn't the first book.
It was certainly better than the previous film I went to see, which was Joker 2. That was not good. Worst I've seen this
Yeah, I don't hear great things.
I kind of wish they hadn't done the whole musical aspect. Oh, I went to see Twisters a couple of months ago. The sequel to Twister. It was fun.
How was that?
It was enjoyable. I enjoyed that. What else did I go and see? I remember. Oh, May I went to see The Fall Guy. That was good. I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed that one.
Holy shit, we're agreeing. I was a bit disappointed.
I think we both went to see some of the Star Wars re-releases.
I was annoyed I didn't get to see more of them. I went to see Empire Strikes Back, which is without question the best film in the series.
I really like Return of the Jedi.
I mean, that's fair enough. I mean, at least you're not one of these people who just says, "Oh, Empire Strikes Back is the worst film," and then just doesn't want to justify it, and go, "You're a stupid head."
I think you're referring to George Lucas.
Well, he sold it, so what does he know anymore? And I think, another one I went to see this year was Civil War, as I called it to you, Civil Bore.
I really like that one.
Oh, you
We had Nick Offerman in, who we really like.
President Ron Swanson.
Yeah.
Wow, that was almost prophetic, wasn't it?
Was it?
Well, they modelled that on another president, didn't they?
See, actually, I thought what made the film work was you never actually get any details of the conflict, and that allowed it to be about the concept of civil war as a whole, rather than getting lost in the weeds.
Funnily enough, I thought the film didn't work for the exact same reason, because I didn't care about any of it.
Yeah, but you just don't generally care.
I do care about something. I mean, first of all, that film is predicated on the belief that journalists are heroes, which
they can be.
Yeah, they can be, but they're often not, to be honest. Laura says Richard loves the talkies. I do love a talkie. Yeah. Laura Webb says Fall Guy was a lot of fun. It was, wasn't it? It was a bit wacky, a bit out there, but it was good fun, wasn't it? What else do I have to say? So I'm literally going through my calendar to see where the thingy bobs are. Went to see the Panto last week. That was good fun. Oh no!
Oh no, you didn't.
Oh yes, I did.
Which one was it?
I think it was the one at Wimbledon, and that was good fun.
That's the theatre featured in the IT crowd.
There you go. Oh, that was
the last Panto.
No, I forgot what one it was. It was good though. It had Craig Revel Horwood in it. He was quite fun.
Oh, I think my wife might have worked on this. The last Panto I went to see was Ian McKellen in Mother Goose.
Who was in it, sorry?
Ian McKellen.
He's not really a minor celebrity, is he?
No. I mean, he went through that mine where the dwarves had all been killed.
Craig Revel. He was really good in it, actually, to be honest. Craig Revel Horwood, he was quite funny. Obviously, the whole point of Panto is they really chew the scenery and really ham it up, and it was good fun. I could go to see the Panto again this year with my colleagues. Oh, no, I couldn't. Oh, yes, I could.
It's nice to hear you joking about your colleagues again. It's been a long year.
Oh, we'll see. It might be a good night out, to be honest.
Oh, no, it wouldn't.
Yes, it will. See, Americans don't get any of this, which is a shame. Ben did enjoy Back to the Future, the musical, which was fun. If you'd read his newsletter, he would have explained that. That's definitely one I think you would need to see at some point.
It's on the list.
How long's the list?
Well, we want to see that, and we want to see Agent Mincemeat.
Yeah,
Operation
I've heard that's really good. I've heard that's really good. Our mutual friend Gary Thomas rates that highly.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been to see Back to the Future about 20 times now. He's like a super fan. He must just have his own seat at this point. But it does lend itself to viewing.
Did you know when the Royal Albert Hall opened, to help fund it, they literally sold off seats, and the people who bought them could just attend any performance and just show up, and they had no terms and conditions, so there was no time limit on it, and people have now, passed it on to their grandchildren and great-grandchildren, and still today there are people who just turn up and like, that's the seat I own, I'm going to sit in it, and
the staff
are just like, yep, that's a thing that happens, that's fine.
So even if someone else has booked the seat, they can be kicked out of it.
They can't book the seat, that person owns it.
Oh, that's mad. So there must be like empty seats. Oh, that's fun. I'm going to have to look that up later. Hang on, I'm going to look it up now before I forget.
This is great TV. Remember to like and subscribe. Click that bell icon to be made aware of every time Richard is streaming about keyboards or theatre seats, or
anything in between.
New AI songs, but haven't got cancelled.
Okay,
quite well, the NaNoWriMo.
Should we do? I think I'm gonna close down very shortly. This has been good fun though. Should we end with Emma's version 2 song?
Yes, let's.
Okay, Martin, how can people find you on the interwebs?
I don't know. I haven't done this in ages.
You should have a sign in a plastic flim. I don't even know where that is, to be honest.
I tried to do that once, and I got told that it was your thing, and no one else may attempt it.
Well, Martin is on various.
BradleyLejeune.com.
Yeah, you're also on Threads as the Faldor.
Yeah, and you can find me on Royal Road posting chapters of Pulsar Sky, where you can also support me on Patreon.
Oh, very good. When is your Patreon launching, by the way, or is it already launched?
Oh, it's been up for a couple of weeks now.
That's what she said. But yeah, you should put it in your newsletter, Martin. That's coming up very soon.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Hashtags.
It's a very good newsletter. Anyway, this has been fun. Hope you've had fun, Martin. We've had a good... Oh, look at that.
I've had a lot of fun.
So, just a question. Does that actually have an ISBN on the back?
Not on the back, but there is an ISBN.
Is it not supposed to have a barcode sticker on the back?
It's not live for sale.
But I guess in the live ones we'll have a barcode on the back.
Copies.
Ooh,
yeah, when it's released.
Very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's watch this thing and we'll let these people carry on with their day, shall we? So this is the world premiere of the new version of Emma Bennett's "Oh Emma" song from that AI generator thing. So buckle yourselves in. We're in for a ride.
And register your kids for seats with the girlfriend maple.
In the land of dragons where the mountains reach the sky, there's a rider a tale, she's got fire in her eyes. With pen in hand she reads the stories of love and pain. Emma Bennett's her name, her words won't be in vain. Oh Emma, tell us the tales of desire and glory. Oh Emma, your words bring emotions that can't be ignored. You paint a picture with each line, a world so real and true. Emma Bennett. road to the green hills of home. Her stories touch our hearts, we're never quite alone. With every page turned, we're caught in her embrace. Emma's the author taking us to a better place. Oh, Emma, tell us your tales of desire and glory. Oh, Emma, your words bring emotions that can't be ignored. You paint a picture with each line, a world so real and true. Emma Bennett, we're captivated by you. Through 15 tales, she's brought the world to life. In the warmth of romance, on the edge of strife. Her latest Scottish Christmas wraps us tight in love and snowflakes on a starry night. Oh, Emma, tell us your tales of desire and glory. Oh, Emma, your words bring emotions that can't be ignored. You paint a picture with each line, a world so real and true. Emma Bennett, we're captivated by you. With Paris and Hector by her side, her chocolate lamps of cheer. In a Welsh home by the rolling tide, her dreams become so clear. Her stories carry us away to lands both far and near. Emma Bennett, the queen of Lady by you. Oh, Emma, tell us your tales of passion and pride. Oh, Emma, in your world, we all find a place to hide. Your pen is magic, your heart's a spark, and every line rings true. Emma Bennett, we're enchanted by you. So here's to the author from the land of mist and rain. Emma Bennett, may your stories never wane. With fire in your soul and a heart that's always free, Emma, keep on writing, you're our fantasy.
Oh, thank God that's over. Bye, everyone.